celebration of Nigeria's independence, popularly referred to as 1st October by Nigerians, took place throughout the 36 states of the Federation. In Rio, Akwa Ibom State capital, school children, uniformed groups and organizations were among those who attended the celebration at the Rio Township Stadium. Patience John spoke to a cross-section of participants at this celebration. Her report is here presented.
While some people were comfortably seated at the stadium, others were trooping in and out of the stadium. Some respondents, including school children, expressed joy of being in the stadium to represent their schools.
I wish Nigeria long life and successful reign.
Other respondents thank God for taking the country far in various areas of development, prayed that Nigeria will soon overcome the present economic recession experience.
We want Nigeria to break in the world. We want the economy to change.
I wish Nigeria well, wish Nigeria great. We are praying to God that we help Nigeria to come out of whatever policy fails or whatever.
A very mighty blessing. Bravo to Nigeria.
The chairman of ICA Local Government Transition Committee, Mrs. Inibege Salas, has called on indigents of the area at home and in the diaspora to support Governor Udom Emmanuel in his bid to develop the state. Mrs. Inibege Salas made the call at the Unity Stadium, Urania, at the 2016 Independence Day celebration in the area. Samuel Ayara covered the event, and the story is here presented.
The 2016 independence celebration in the local government was epochal, as citizens and school children expressed joy that after more than 4 years of abandonment, the Mrs. Inibege Salas-led Transition Committee has raised the stadium to a befitting facility. Presenting President Muhammadu Buhari's independence address, the chairman noted the urgent need to diversify the country's economy to help Nigeria earn revenue from non-oil commodities while seeking for peace in all parts of the country. The event featured march past by voluntary organizations, school children, socio-political organizations, as well as cultural displays by various participating schools. Some prominent citizens of the area expressed satisfaction with the large turnout of people and described the chairman and members of the Transition Committee as focused in living to the ideals of the founding fathers of the area.
I'm excited. It's amazing that once again I'm here and I'll cover my dignity as a command. The chairman has made me to feel proud.
I really thank God for the successful 56th birthday of Nigeria.
And we thank God for the greater heights of development as far as this country, Nigeria, is concerned. Nigeria today is great. Will be greater than this tomorrow.
Prizes were awarded to schools and groups that came top in all the competition.
The authorities of the University of Uyo is to commence all academic activities for first semester of 2016-2017 academic session for undergraduate and postgraduate students on Monday, October 3rd to Friday, October 28, 2016. The statement signed by the Registrar and Secretary to the Senate, Mr. Anedi Abasi Udofia, indicates that registration with penalty of 2,000 Naira will commence on Monday, October 31st to Thursday, November 17, 2016. Lectures for first semester, according to the statement, begins on Monday, October 10, 2016, while registration for the first semester will close on Thursday, November 17, 2016. Accordingly, students have been advised to complete their registration processes through the university portal within the scheduled period. Students, the statement continues, who fail to register within the approved period will be deemed to have forfeited their studentship and withdrawn voluntarily from the university. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Glory Edith, has called on parents and caregivers to ensure the protection of their wards against child abuse. Dr. Edith made the call at a public awareness campaign for parents and the public on child abuse, child labor, child abandonment, child trafficking, and baby factory. The event took place at the Civil Service Auditorium in Oasankawa Secretariat, Uyo. The story is here presented.
Speaking on the theme of the sensitization, Our Children, Our Future, End Child Abuse, the Commissioner said that child abuse is a menace that hinders the progress of any society. She said the future of the child depends on the society, and that a good child is a pride to himself, the family, and the society. For a child to maximize his potentials, Dr. Edith said his rights must be respected. The Commissioner also said that the present administration places priority on child's welfare, which is evident in the free and compulsory education.
This sensitization campaign is up, and as the theme says, our children, our future, end child abuse. We must therefore work as a team and protect children from anything that will militate against their safety, survival, or rights in order to maximize their potential of becoming good citizens in the future.
The lecturers at the event spoke on child abuse and neglect, causes and effect, the child, the family, and the economy. The lecturers called on the parents and caregivers not to subject their children to any form of abuse, but should see them as free gifts from God.
See the pain in society about alcohol. How does it affect you? How do you relate it with it? It extends to any condition injurious to a child's physical or emotional health inflicted by parents, guardians, or any caregiver. A typical example of child abuse when children are given goods to hawk on a daily basis and warned not to return home except the goods or articles are sold out.
In their messages of goodwill, the representative of the Deputy Governor, the Special Assistant on Youth Matters, Anifio Udofia, and Special Advisor on Labor, Emmanuel Enyina, lauded the Ministry for Women Affairs and Social Welfare for their role in protecting the child's rights. The event featured an interactive session where parents, teachers, and caregivers asked questions bordering on the rights of children.
Tell us the solution that we should do to maintain peace in our home in terms of love.
We people also directly extend this sensitization to local government by local government.
More news after this time out. Stay tuned. Thanks for staying tuned. The state government says there is no going back on the free and compulsory education policy in Akwa Ibom State. A statement by the Commissioner for Education, Elder Enyeka Nakman, has directed all heads of primary and secondary schools in the state not to collect any form of fees from pupils and students as the 2016-2017 academic session begins. The statement warned that any principal or head teacher found engaging in acts contrary to the government's directive will be sanctioned. Elder Akpan advised parents to report any case of illegal collections to the Ministry of Education for necessary action. The Commissioner urged proprietors of private schools to register properly with the Ministry of Education and obtain authority to operate, as well as renew their registrations where applicable. The ministry, he said, is embarking on monitoring of all schools and will close down any private school operating without approval in the state. Meanwhile, the State Committee on the Implementation of the Homegrown School Feeding Program of the federal government says it will commence the program in the state from the 2016 and 2017 school year. The process offers opportunity for pupils in primary 1 to 3 to be given 1 meal a day. Consequently, prospective food vendors are invited to register at their respective local government area headquarters. A statement from the Ministry of Education says applicants must possess a minimum of senior school certificate with basics in home economics, and that those with higher qualifications can also apply. The statement noted that all prospective food vendors must be residents in the community where the primary school situates, and should have the capacity to prepare and deliver meals to at least 100 pupils in an hygienic environment. Closing date for the free registration of the program is Tuesday, October 4, 2016. It was a sight to behold at St. Bernard's Army Catholic Chaplaincy, 6th Battalion, Ibawa, Abak, as 38 soldiers walked down the aisle on the occasion of their wedding celebration. The solemnization was officiated by the Bishop of Ikot-Ekpene Diocese of the Catholic Church, Most Reverend Camille Zumo. Eyagino Paul reports.
In what was called Wedding in the Year of Mercy, the 38 grooms were dressed in their army ceremonial attires. The officiating priest, Bishop Camillus Umo, said marriage is an institution ordained by God for companionship. Bishop Umo urged the husbands to love their wives unconditionally and the wives to respect their husbands. The cleric charged the couples to live peaceably and put God at the aim of their faith. Later, the 38 grooms and their brides gave their consent, took their marital vows, and exchanged rings to seal the union.
For better, for worse. For richer, for poorer. In sickness and in health. To love and to cherish. Till death do us part. At the time of my love and fidelity. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The couple signed their marriage register and were presented with certificates. Earlier in a sermon, Bishop Camille Zumo asked the congregation to eschew evil and accept Christ to gain eternal joy.
The question that normally comes to my mind is what actually makes marriage to break? Do you imagine when you enter into marriage, do you presume primarily that this marriage is going to last forever?
The couples appreciated God in dance while the choir sang an anthem. Bishop Umo also commissioned the chaplain's residence and ICT center constructed by the soldiers. Eyagino Paul reporting.
Children, the Bible says, are the heritage of the Lord, and when any family is blessed with the gift of the child, the joy of the parents knows no bounds. The boundless joy is much more when they take the child to God for a divine touch. This was the situation at the Sacred Heart Catholic Church, Akafort, where the state chairman of the Radio, Television and Theatre Arts Workers Union, Mr. Godwin Jack, assembled his family, friends and colleagues for the dedication of his daughter, Miss Rosemary Godwin Jack. In his exhortation, the parish priest of Sacred Heart, Akao Fort, Very Reverend Father Donato Zudoite, said problems are compounded due to lack of faith and desperation for emergency miracles. The Reverend Udoite, who described faith as believing God and his promises without seeing evidence, encouraged the faithful to hold on to their expectations as God would bring them to pass at an appropriate time. The baby was dedicated to God by the parish priest, while the parents and their friends expressed gratitude to God, describing him as the giver and sustainer of every good thing. While October 1 is marked in Nigeria as the Independence Day, it is marked the world over as the International Day of the Elder Persons. The day is an opportunity to highlight the important contributions that older people make to the society, as well as to raise awareness of the issues and challenges of aging in today's world. On this special day, people are reminded on the need to honor, respect, and care for the world elderly with a view that someday we will all get there. The theme of the 2016 International Day of the Older Persons, Take a Stand Against Ageism, challenges everyone to consider ageism, which include the negative attitudes and discrimination based on age, and the detrimental impact it has on older persons. Also, the theme behooves people to identify and question internalized ageist attitude, such as referring to old people as dependents, burdens, old schools, aristos, and witches. These are misconceptions and stereotypes which could dampen their morale. Remember, old age is golden and its wisdom sought after. 24 out of 90 contestants for the AKBC Promise Hunt Season 2 from Ikot-Ekpene Senatorial District have been selected for the next round of the contest. This was the fallout of the talent show, which drew participants from the 10 local government areas making up the senatorial district. Eteno Ibarra reports that the event took place at Ikot-Ekpene Town Hall.
It was a potpourri of music, dance and comedy for contestants who battled to outdo each other before 4 judges and a large audience. Since the development of early music can be traced to the Gregorian chant when music had no instrumentation, to set the tone of the event, the a cappella Africana singers opened with the national anthem. Just like the golden age of polyphony, contestants from the 3 categories who survive to the next stage possess good timbre, pitch, rhythm, melody, and stage management. Inasmuch as many were called, it was certain that few were chosen. Contestants who could not benchmark singing and extended talking succeeded in making their music atonal. The Director General of AKBC, Pastor Anietie Upe, represented by the Public Relations Officer of the Corporation, Mr. Eddie Ekpenyang, captured the essence of the promised hunts.
Last year, first of all, to provide you, private funds, a platform on which to showcase your talent for recognition and promotion. And the idea came at the time the governor, the Dr. Manuel, came up with an academic philosophy. The agency that should rely on after self-evaluation and self-reawakening to achieve the best of the potentials.
Judges at the show were led by Professor Effiong Johnson of the Theatre Arts Department, University of Uyo, with Mr. Sando Umana, Mrs. Elsie Udofia, former Acting Director General of AKBC, and music producer Lemmy Jackson as members. 90 participants were presented with certificates. Etienne Oibanga reporting.
To end the news, another look at the top stories. As Nigeria clocks 56, Eyagino poll examines the roles, sacrifices, and stripes of the founding fathers at various times that aided freedom of Nigeria from colonial masters. Also, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Glory Edet, has called on parents and caregivers to ensure the protection of their wards against child abuse. Dr. Edet made the call at a public awareness campaign for parents and the public on child abuse, child labor, child abandonment, child trafficking, and baby factory. That's the news. Know that you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. Have a pleasant day.